From missing hands to strange unidentified creatures, these things really aren't what you would normally see while on a beach stroll. First, let's look at this unnerving giant eye. Number 10. A giant eyeball. Imagine having a peaceful walk at the beach, then you find one of these things literally staring back at you. Yep, of all the things that the sea could potentially cough up, it decided to gift you with a big blue eyeball. This giant softball-sized peeper was washed up on the shores of Pompano Beach, Florida sometime in 2012. It was immediately retrieved, thankfully, by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, who subsequently sent it off for study to identify the mystery creature to which it belongs. It was originally thought to belong to either a giant squid or a colossal squid, but that was quickly debunked due to the bone surrounding the eyeball, which doesn't occur in squids. In the end, it was identified to be the eye of a swordfish, smaller than a colossal squid, but in no way a minnow. What most likely happened is that a fisherman caught a swordfish and cut its eye out while still at sea, allowing the disembodied eyeball to find its way to shore, thus terrorizing us in our nightmares. Number 9. Giant tires. Now here's something you don't see every day. 7 massive tires, each around 10 feet in diameter, turned up on the banks of a rocky beach south of the Campbell River in Vancouver, Canada. These tires, which you can normally see strapped onto massive vehicles seen in construction sites, just turned up, washed onto the beach without any indication of where they came from. The funny thing is that since the tires are so big, it actually requires government intervention for their removal. In an email sent to various media outlets, the Ministry of Environment said they are gravely concerned about the presence of the tires on the beach and are actively working with other agencies to find a solution for their removal. Hey, Ministry of Environment guys, here's a solution for you. A couple of really big trucks, exactly like the ones who use those kinds of tires. You are welcome. Number 8. Driftwood. Driftwood along shorelines is a common sight, but why, you ask in earnest, do I find finding driftwood extremely strange? Well, if the driftwood just so happens to be the size of a small building, then it definitely has all the right to be included in this video. This quote-unquote piece of driftwood is actually called a drift log. It wasn't measured, but just by looking at the man standing beside it for scale, it is absolutely massive. In the area where it was found, it's not really unusual to find tree-sized driftwood washed up on the shore, but most of them are of reasonable size, around 8 to 10 feet in length. It's quite possible that severe weather accompanied by high winds toppled what once was a mighty tree before it ended up in this state. But of course, the specifics of what actually happened may forever be left unknown. Number 7. A two-headed dolphin. This one definitely belongs to the strange pile. A two-headed dolphin whose carcass was found on a beach in Turkey back in 2014. A gym teacher found the remains of the conjoined baby dolphins on a beach in Dikili, near the western city of Izmir. Finding this rare creature is amazing enough, but even more amazing things were discovered when the animal was studied. First off, the animal was roughly a year old before it died, meaning that it survived an entire year feeding and swimming about with its mum. This is made doubly amazing when experts point out the fact that it is very rare for any conjoined animal, especially mammals, to live beyond a few months old in the wild. Polycephaly, the condition in which a single animal has 2 heads, is a very rare condition that doesn't only happen to animals but to humans as well. Abigail and Brittany Hensel is the perfect example of human polycephalic twins. Number 6. Expensive vomit? Whale vomit, or ambergris, is a highly prized, very expensive thing that is found in the innards of the sperm whale and used in perfumes after it has been vomited up. Yep, your favorite perfume has whale vomit in it. Just reflect on that for a minute or two. And did I mention that they are extremely expensive? Well, they are. Charlie Naismith, an 8-year-old boy from England, found a 600-gram piece of ambergris on a patch of seaweed while walking along a beach at Hengistbury Head in Bournemouth. He thought it was just a rock, although he did say it looked kind of weird for a rock. But after looking it up on the internet with his father, Alex, they discovered that it was likely to be a rare form of vomit from a sperm whale. Also referred to as floating gold, the piece that Charlie found has an estimated value of up to £40,000. Number 5. The woolly whale of Sakhalin. The Sakhalin Island woolly whale was a large beaked whale, or possibly dolphin, that washed ashore on a beach in Sakhalin Island, Russia on June 20, 2015. The carcass was over 11 feet long, 4 feet wide, and was also estimated to weigh 1/4 ton. It was described as having a beak covered in white fur and bones protruding along its sides. Scientists have yet to identify the strange prehistoric-like mutant, which has similarities to a dolphin but is twice as large as a human being. The carcass shows signs that it has been ripped apart. They also show what appears to be thick, long hair hanging off the creature's remains, a characteristic that has puzzled marine biologists. However, in recent years, most scientists concluded it being a dolphin, with the fur being tissue and connective fibers. Some claim that it might be a species of extraordinarily large dolphin, while some claim it resembles the South Asian river dolphin, which are normally found in the freshwater regions of India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. However, the size and skull don't match, with the snout not being the right shape and it being a few feet bigger than a South Asian dolphin. But whatever it is, whether a known species or some new, undiscovered creature, there is no denying that it looks quite unnerving. Number 4. A skull with no eye sockets. This creepy-looking skull, which was discovered at the Gibraltar Point National Nature Reserve, was found by a woman who was walking her dog and picking up beach trash, which is nice of her. She said when she made the grisly discovery, she couldn't believe her eyes. To her, it looks similar to a seal skull, as she's seen a lot of those while cleaning up the beach, but something about this eyeless skull really seems strange. A veterinarian suggested that it could be some sort of malformed mutant dog born with no eyes. However, the mystery was finally solved when the Natural History Museum conducted tests and conclusively said that the skull definitely belonged to a seal, with some parts of it broken in a way that the eye sockets aren't clearly recognizable. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo is a mysterious sea creature that people have dubbed the Sea Devil, and I'm pretty sure you know why. However, this creature isn't real and was just a taxidermist's idea of spooking people out. There are, however, many strange creatures that have washed up on beaches all over the world, the most popular of which is up next. Number 3. The Montauk Monster. In July 2008, a photo of what looked like Zool, the demon that possessed Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters, made the internet rounds. The Montauk Monster, so named because it was discovered on a beach in Montauk, New Jersey, was a curious-looking carcass that was not immediately identifiable. The animal wasn't available for autopsy because someone had the bright idea of removing it from where it lay. But zoologists asked by media to examine the photo were fairly certain it was a decomposing raccoon that had lost enough hair and skin due to being in the water for an extended period of time. Whether that's true or not, the monster was almost certainly the same as the one partial to rooting through your trash. Number 2. A mysterious hairy blob. It came from the depths of the ocean and has since mystified onlookers, the decaying truck-sized body of a hairy sea monster. What it is, no one can yet say. But the beast washed ashore on a beach in the Philippine province of Oriental Mindoro on May 11, 2018. Until the species is officially identified, people are calling the 20-foot-long, greyish and white carcass the globster. And like, well, any rotting corpse, it smelled terrible. It was first thought to be the decaying body of a sea cow due to its resemblance, but it was later revealed that it was the decaying carcass of a whale. What kind of whale it was, we don't know, because identification was impossible due to decomposition. People feared that the animal beached as a result of a recent earthquake, but experts quickly pointed out that it was probably hit by a boat. This is hardly the first mysterious monster that's washed ashore in the Philippines. In February 2017, the decaying, blobby body of another 20-foot-long marine creature washed ashore in the Dinagat Islands. Number 1. A bag of hands. Back in 2018, a fisherman from Siberia was just walking along minding his own business in a small island in the Amur River. All seemed pretty normal until he spotted a hand poking out of the snow. Apparently curious of the find, although I couldn't imagine why, he started to dig around and he eventually found a bag full of hands, 27 pairs of them. Investigators were immediately called to the scene, but they were stumped as to the origins of the mysterious bag. This gave rise to rumors that it was the work of a previously undiscovered serial killer. However, the truth behind it was all soon uncovered. According to investigators, the hands more than likely came from a local forensics lab where they were kept as a form of identification and then improperly disposed. However, it's unclear why both hands of corpses would be cut off when only one would be needed for identification. It is also unclear why fingerprints were not taken and stored in a database instead of severing hands. See you guys next time.